It's the Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey and the crew.
All right, wake that ass up. It's the Beat Break Morning Show.
Yeah.
Happy 2020. Wow.
2020.
2020.
Make plenty in 2020.
Make plenty in 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say I got that from my pastor. So, I won't say his name, Pastor Lee. He said make plenty in 2020.
Make plenty in 2020.
So it's supposed to rhyme, so you probably want to say 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Rhyme the 20 with the plenty.
And plenty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was easy to say shine in, no, wait, that's 2009. I'm 2019. Now it's 19. No, come back to me. Come back to me.
Right.
Sean Garvey.
DJ Rollo.
Dynasty Smith.
It's the Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break Morning crew. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone had a safe and wonderful New Year's.
Yes.
Got turned up.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah. I know the Uber and y'all kept the Uber drivers busy and the Lyft drivers busy.
But of course.
Yeah, I know a lot of people got some rideshare confessions. Plenty of them.
Actually, young Sean has plenty of rideshare confessions.
Really?
Young Sean does. Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we should have brought him in here to do the rideshare confession.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I think he's comfortable enough. He knows how to talk, how to run his mouth.
Well, yeah,
So.
I mean, he knows how to talk. Yeah, he has sounded like an older man now.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, like he still got the voicemail where he sounds like a kid, like when
Right.
he was, what, 13, 14?
Yeah, exactly.
But now he's sounding almost just like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't say that to him. He wants to be his own.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. He wants to be his own man.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, what's been going on with you, though, DJ Rollum?
Man, I've traveled during the holidays, being up in B-more and everything, got to represent, the Ravens,
That's why you got on the purple?
That's why I got on the purple.
Oh, wow.
It's a Raven Day. I'm calling it a Raven Day.
It's a Raven Day.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Not Raven Man, Raven Day. Raven. For the book.
Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, yes.
Big time fan.
Yeah. Got the big time MVP on here. Lamar Jackson doing his thing, and looking forward to that divisional playoff game.
You think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl this year?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Doing that
You
thing.
sound really confident.
Very
That's
confident.
What I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's what
Very
I'm hearing.
confident. Everybody was like looking at me strange and whatnot. Like why you see this big black dude with a Raven shirt on and you in Atlanta?
Yeah, you gotta be careful, man.
I ain't worrying about it. This is my baby's favorite color anyway, purple. So she likes purple anyway, so I can care less. So
Oh, okay.
All right now.
yeah.
Dynasty, you've been getting it in. I see you on Facebook and on IG. What's been going on with you?
I'm living my best life.
Hey! That's what's up.
Nah, I had to bring the new year right. I'm a New Year's baby. So,
Happy belated birthday.
Yes, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, you celebrated a birthday, your birthday, and what was the name of the venue?
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was very nice. It was really a nice venue.
Mhm.
Everybody that came out had a good time, supported the whole Sex in the City celebration,
Ooh, okay.
showing off, the ladies showed off these sexiest shoes and the fellas was showing off their watches. Everybody had a real good time.
Awesome.
I had a good time, and had a jazz band, and my folks pretty much took over the whole place.
Okay.
And everybody was coming. Are you singing? And I'm like, that was not the plan. But it was really nice. I ended up singing with the saxophonist, and he ended up serenading me "Happy Birthday."
Hey,
That was nice,
hey.
and it was great. The food was excellent. The staff was excellent. I highly recommend the place. It was very nice. Everybody had a good time. Everybody had a good time. It was nice. Gifts, they brought me gifts. It was nice.
What's up?
I felt loved and appreciated.
We're not going to say the person who gave you this, but what was the favorite gift that you received?
My Macy's gift card.
Yeah. all right.
Needless to say, I was right at Macy's on Friday, right
Hey,
after.
all right.
To add to the Chanel collection. So.
Gotcha.
Yes,
All right.
right.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on. And cash.
And cash.
Hey.
I got some cash.
Got some cash. We ain't talking about no $1 bill,
No,
right?
I got some
We were talking about you hit the lottery
I
cash.
got some cash.
All right.
Alright. Nice. That was nice.
It was nice. So,
I gotta tell you all about a situation that happened to me a few days ago.
Okay.
Alright, so you all frequently shop at CVS Pharmacy.
yeah.
Yes.
You all? Okay. I walked in there to try to purchase a box of condoms.
So we
Okay, all right. I gotta say before you can go,
right, you know.
I gotta ask this about. I gotta ask this part.
Something.
But you're not gonna agree with me, Dynasty. But I gotta ask this: how many were in the box? Did you get the 3-pack? Did you get the 12-pack? Did you got the 24-pack? What's up?
Wait.
You want me to be specific? I got the 3.
You got the 3?
I got the 3 in the box.
3 in the box.
Yeah.
Could have went to a gas station, but okay.
I mean, I could have, but you know, I'm kind of somewhat bougie. You know what I mean? So
Since it's at a pharmacy.
I'm just saying, you know, some people go to Kroger and some people go to Publix. I mean.
Oh, okay, all right.
As long as you safe.
That's
Right.
all that matters,
There you
right?
go.
That's all that matters.
There you go.
Practice safe sex.
Yes.
All right,
There
get
you
it
go.
in, get it in. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
So I go in there with my intentions of getting the box of condoms.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the section where the condoms are.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they have an inventory of condoms where it's in a shelf and it's locked.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what kind of store is this for them to have an inventory of condoms, all different sizes, in all different boxes, but they have the shelf locked? Like, you can't get in. You have to get an associate to come in and unlock it.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm figuring out, I'm trying to figure out to myself, these 10 minutes that I've been here, if I should call an associate to come and open up the damn door for me to get a box of condoms out of the shelf.
Mm.
I mean, what
You
would
should have went to Walmart. You should have went to Walmart because they're right there. They're right there in Walmart. That's what I used to do and whatnot.
I just went to the closest store.
To the closest store.
Yes.
Because you know you went to the gas station, you got to ask the guy behind there to get them for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
That tells you my stories and what I've done in the past.
But see, they want to. But see, the thing is that they want to carry on a conversation with you.
They do?
Yes, I had this situation one time where I went into the gas station to purchase a box of condoms. I said, "Hey, let me get those box of condoms on the left." And he said, "Oh, you want the large one, the extra? You want the large one?"
Wow.
Like,
Oh,
bro.
wow. I would too.
You lucky they ain't say the small
Just
ones.
dip the box. And
I mean, they were like, I mean, he was like those dudes in that one scene on Booty Call.
Right,
You know,
right,
yeah. They're like, just throw in a Ziploc bag while you at it, you know?
oh my God.
Yeah, they want to carry on a conversation like, oh, you want the big kind, huh? You're a big man, huh? You're a big man. They're like, are you serious right now? You know, and they want to be like, okay, well, I don't recommend you getting the one on this kind. I don't think you don't want this kind. You want the other one that has 14 condoms in there because I had this one lady. I'm like, bro.
You're going through his
wanna-
whole story.
I don't want to hear about your sexual escapades, okay, man? I don't want to hear your Kama Sutra stories. I just want the box condoms and be out. Yeah. So, I'm in the store. I'm at CVS Pharmacy, and I'm trying to decide whether I should call an associate to come get to to unlock the door. What would you do in that particular situation? Would you just be
Depends
like,
on what CVS, because I have to be, if I'm in my comfortable CVS, I wouldn't feel it anyway. But if I'm at a unfamiliar CVS, I'm always looking around to see what possible associates coming. Am I gonna get a female? Am I gonna get a male? Do I have an idea what sexual preference they have or something like that? All that's going through my mind. You know, to ask somebody just to open this door.
just to get a box of condoms, bro? I mean, seriously, like Facebook, Instagram viewers, have you ever went inside of a store and they have an inventory full of condoms and they have them in a shelf where it is locked? You gotta have a key to open it up, open the shelf doors up just to get access to the condoms. I don't see them having a separate locked shelf full of aspirins or baby wipes.
Baby wipes.
I don't.
The only thing that comes to my mind, reason why, because a lot of the condoms are very expensive. So that's what they do with razors. So anything that deals with a lot of money, they think locking it up.
They think that somebody's gonna steal something out of there, like condoms.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's why they have them locked up.
Yeah, they
so
they won't steal them, and then somebody's gonna try to sell them to make a big profit because they know their name brand, and if they were cheap.
I never had anybody sell me condoms. Like, you can get condoms for free.
Well, there's a certain brand you get for free. You never see free Trojans at a hospital or a clinic. You don't. Them lifestyles back in the day, I don't know. I'm just saying, from back in the 90s, that's all they gave out free was lifestyles, and lifestyles feel horrible.
I don't know. It honestly feels different about it.
I just jumped
I mean, I've been in a science with condoms years ago, you know, because I had to ask females, are you allergic to, you know, specific type of condoms and stuff? So I had to ask. And then if I want to do it, I want to make sure I'm feeling good too. I can't just be putting on just any old condom.
See, it's very scientific.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, you learned something, didn't
Yeah, boy.
you?
Yes. Yeah, it's very scientific. Yeah, it's a science to getting the different kind of condoms, you
Right.
know. So I ended up leaving CVS to go somewhere else. And I did get the condoms that were not in a shelf.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were over the counter.
Over the counter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got a different set of condoms. This time I got the KY.
KY?
Yeah.
KY.
What's wrong with the KY?
K-Y.
KY.
KY? Because I want to try something different.
You want to try something different? Did you feel any difference?
It worked the other night.
It worked the other
She was happy.
She was happy.
She was happy. That's all that matters. She was happy.
She was happy.
She was happy.
KY.
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 Yes, sir.
As long as they lifestyle, all right.
It's the big.
And there is your commercial on condoms.
Infomercial.
All right.
Infomercial.
There you
Infomercial.
If you didn't know, now you know.
There you
Okay.
go. All right. Hey, it's the Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break Podcast. Make sure you go to beatbreakradiofm.com and send us your donations. We are taking donations to help support the show. The Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break Podcast. You can go to either Glow FM or you can PayPal us. You can PayPal us or you can Cash App. You can Cash App that Happy New Year's money to us and support not only the show, but the other shows on our affiliate station, Beat Break 87 FM in Atlanta. Also, shout outs to Thinking Out Loud Network. Thinking Out Loud Network.com for carrying the Beat Break podcast. You can check it out 24/7. Yeah, but make sure you support the Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break podcast. So you can just simply go to glow.fm/reach1network.
Mm.
There you have it. Sean Garvey, DJ Roll, Dynasty Smith. We on the Beat Break Morning Show. Usually around this time we do the Hot 411 Wire. Just waiting for one fourth person to come to do it.
I'm sorry, I had to sigh. I had to sigh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we're gonna hold on. I mean, I got my stories.
I got my DMs.
You got your DMs.
Yeah.
Can't forget the relationship exposed. Dynasty DMs. Relationship exposed.
I like the last one we did. I
With
really
the textship and the courtship.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are still having issues with that. People are still struggling with that.
Still struggling with that. And the thing about it is, I'm not trying to get into the whole topic about it, but it's people around our age have that issue.
Yeah.
They don't even know what to do with it
Yeah.
and whatnot.
One of my friends called me. She had been out in a while, and she finally came out and had some conversation with somebody at the place. And after the fact is, she's like, okay, all this texting. She's like, I'm not doing this. She's like, I'm too grown for this. I'm not doing this. So she's like, just keep going back and forth, with text. It's just, she's like, oh my God. She said, I don't have time. I just don't have time for this. She goes to school still, increasing her education and all that kind of stuff. And she's just like, if you have to talk to me, she's like, you have to talk to me. So it still seems to be, an issue, which I don't think is going to go away.
It's just going to enhance itself by itself. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of the level of interest that a person has. And if they really truly have interest, I think people will pick up the phone, because there's just no way you can build a rapport or even get to know a person or get a feel for them unless you are conversating. That's just what it is. So we will see. I'm sure it'll come up again. I'm sure
it's gonna come up again.
Oh, definitely.
Because it comes up every day, pretty much.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It's an everyday, ongoing battle, I think.
Yeah.
So. But just I know in some circumstances, I know in particular where people have been texting, and then there's a person who's communicating, and the people that are texting just fade off. You kind of they fall off, because you're going to pay attention to the person that is communicating verbally. So if they really have interest, they really lost. You snooze, you lose. You don't pick up that phone and somebody, really, because I say you let another rooster in the hen house. Because if you ain't really making your presence known, then somebody else will, and the person that makes their presence known and giving that person, whether it's guy or girl, you're going to kind of fall by the wayside.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
would you guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah, that's how I go, man.
Yeah. But this is not the relationship exposed topic that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we ain't getting to that.
We ain't getting to that.
You blame DJ Roll, because they ain't even the topic. Put that out. So
because we gotta talk about your current situation.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about it.
We're going to talk about that in just a few moments.
And I forgot to send that individual a text message and say, you should probably tune in. It probably might be beneficial.
He probably is tuning in and don't even know it.
Some people are more self-absorbed.
So, Dynasty's DMs, relationship exposed. We got that coming up. Mr. Moody, you may be a racist and you don't even know it. I love Mr. Moody's. You may be a racist and you don't even know it. I feel like we're going to have some more race-based stories in 2020.
You want to know why?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a voting year.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say Trump.
I said voting year.
That's pretty much it. And that's what people think it's all going to be about, the whole voting. It's going to be basically about race.
That's how people have said that's how he actually got in, because of that too. Just because of that.
Just because. Not because he was the smartest or the most experienced.
Or he got money.
Yeah, just happened to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That off-brand color.
Yeah, it was the perfect time for him to, especially after having, an African American in there.
For 8 years.
8 years. 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess they
Must
say.
have did something right.
I guess you know what they say. Orange is the new black, right?
I do not agree.
I just laugh at that one.
I do not agree.
All right. Yeah, man. And Sharia Thomas, shouts to Sharia Thomas. She came to your birthday bash.
Yes.
Yeah, we got her morning affirmation. She's back with a new one for 2020.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Sharia's Law. We got that coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. And we got a mix. We got you in the mix, or we got another DJ in the mix?
We're gonna have a little bit of a DJ of new and old. So that's why I'm trying to see what can be done with that. So
Okay.
New and old. Okay, I love it. All right, it's the Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break Podcast. Follow us on all your social media at Beat Break Radio, Facebook, Twitter, and on IG at Beat Break Radio. At Sean Garvey on Facebook, Sean Garvey ATL on Twitter, Instagram. Where can people follow you at, DJ Roland?
always follow me at DJ Roland on IG and Twitter, DJ Roland Townsend on FB. Maybe soon. This is we're in 2020, new year, new decade. Think about getting a Periscope account, getting that rolling.
And a Snapchat to go along
No.
with it?
No. I'm not hanging with the millennials, man. I gotta keep it real. I'm sorry, millennials.
Yeah. No Snapchat. And Dynasty Smith.
You can catch me on Facebook, Dynasty Smith, on Twitter, Dynasty Smith, and on IG, DYNASTI 55.
5. All right. All right.
Triple five.
All right, now it's time for the hot 411 wire. Yeah!
Really?
Yes.
Really? We're on the air now.
Yes.
And coming to the stage.
Not cool. What's up, y'all? What's up? Yeah.
Diamond Love in the building.
Diamond Love in the building, y'all. Diamond Love in the building.
Yes.
Why we got to do it like this? I don't know.
I don't know. How you been? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2020.
Happy 2020.
Yes.
How you been?
I've been good. How's everyone? Happy New Year.
You look like you're living your best life also.
Do I look that way? All right. Let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna do entertainment.
We're gonna do a little bit of hot 411.
Hot 411 wire. All right. So first up, what we have is Will Smith on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon on Thursday to promote Bad Boys for Life. Y'all ready for that? For life.
All right.
And the good thing about it is that they still look good. I can't tell that either one of them have aged, so I'm just kind of like,
That's a different story.
what's the story? He has not aged. Come on. Really?
It was because of the accident.
What accidents?
Did he get sick or something or got in an accident or something?
Did he really?
Yes.
Accident.
Yeah, it was an accident.
The hydration was an accident. We talking about that?
Something happened to him some years ago.
Okay, that was some years ago.
That was years ago.
Will Smith was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yep. And so, of course, it's been about 25 years. And so 17 years since Bad Boys 2. I didn't know it was that long ago.
Yes.
Like, my. So, okay. Absolutely. Okay, so 2004. So my question is, so why did the third film take so long to come out?
I think it was the anticipation. I think it was the anticipation, like, let's hold off. We don't want to give our audience what they've been wanting since 2004. Let's let them wait a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
10 years plus?
Well, what about other projects? They may have been working. I know Will Smith has been working on.
Yeah.
And Martin just been Martin.
What does that mean?
Yeah, right.
What? What does that mean?
Well,
Or is
there
it-
was going to be a Martin reboot.
True.
Yeah. So.
Well, you know, so I would say personally, I feel like you said, Martin's just being Martin. So I think he had a lot of personal items he needed to work on. But nonetheless, he did tell Jimmy Fallon that he didn't want to do the same thing he's done before. It was important to him to try not to do the old movies again, right? And then not only that, he wanted to take in consideration of time. Of course, you know, time, you know, builds a whole lot of good character with everyone. And to take in consideration of the characters, how he has grown, and the reason it took so long is because he didn't want to make it a cash grab, which is interesting. So whatever that means, cash grab, cash cow, doesn't matter. He still got the bag, the money bag anyways. But you know, hey, everybody, you know, loves a sequel. I don't know if it is a sequel.
Yes.
Would it be considered a
It's
sequel?
considered as a prequel.
Is it?
It's a prequel.
Really?
Yeah, because this is the third installment.
It's
It
a
was
third
Bad
installment, but it's considered as a continuation.
Right.
Or are you talking about before they got together?
Yeah, because usually
That's
a
a-
prequel kind of goes back to how it.
Got to
Yeah.
where it was for the first one. So for the third one, it's a continuation of another assignment.
So Bad Boys 2, what would you all consider that as?
That was a continuation,
Not a sequel.
not a sequel. Yeah, continuation.
So the third installment, Bad Boys for Life. What is
It's a
that?
continuation from the
I
second one.
always heard prequel.
I ain't never heard
I
prequel.
name me neither.
Is it a prequel or trequel?
Prequels are usually when they
What-
go
what-
back.
Back, yes.
What did Diamond
Yeah.
What did Diamond say?
Is it a trequel? I'm just kidding.
Prequel?
Prequel.
No, make up our own thing. It's a
Yeah.
trequel.
It's a trequel.
How about that?
Get it
Oh,
right.
they don't call it prequel.
It's a trequel.
Okay.
So anyway, everyone loves the sequels, but he just wanted to do a sequel. And of course, Smith then low-key revealed he was not a fan of a couple of his last sequels and even named one of them. And one of them, of course, was Men in Black. Never made a profit. You know, I did
Men
not.
in Black made a profit, but not so much.
Really?
Men in Black 2 was...
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one. Because
Yeah.
sometimes when you do a good one,
Mhm.
you're not
Hard
guaranteed that
to-
it's hard
yeah.
to top the first one.
That's like what's his name with the Ice Cube and Chris
Friday.
Tucker. Friday 1, Friday
Yeah.
2, Friday
I like
after
Friday.
next.
That's always the best one to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
that's
then
the best
Friday,
one.
Christmas, Friday, Sunday, next Thursday. You know, like
Oh, my God.
it's still the same thing. Still the same thing.
Coming out with Weekday. Watch him.
Right. I'm like, give me some 10% of that.
It's a weekday.
It's a weekday. It's a weekday. It's a
He
weekday.
still ain't gonna have Chris Tucker in it. You probably gonna have Chris Rock in there or something.
So
like
Chris
that.
Tucker, he's not doing nothing no more. He just said, I'm just done chilling. Or...
Chris Tucker preaching.
Oh, really?
I'm just kidding.
That was a joke.
He had a word for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So in other entertainment news,
Mhm,
what we're gonna talk
mhm.
about next? We're gonna talk about more movies, or we're gonna talk about Lonnie Love.
So let's actually talk about Miss Lonnie Love.
Let's talk about Lonnie Love.
Lonnie Love, Lonnie
Uh-huh.
Love, Lonnie
Lonnie
Love.
Love was recently on The Real,
Mm-hmm.
which is the daytime talk show.
Mm-hmm.
And she made some controversial remarks about her love life.
Yeah, it hurt us.
Hurt
Really?
us.
Hurt us.
Mm.
Right. Hurt us.
Hurt us.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, pray tell.
Yes. let's get the basis of that.
Yeah.
Let's get the basis of that.
Okay, so Lonnie Love was on The Real, and she basically said that she started dating white men.
A white man. Not white men, just a white man.
Same difference. Okay. Hey, when you dating one, if you dating one particular person, you dating all of us.
You didn't know. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Really?
She's pertaining
Yes.
to that one
Never heard
white
that.
guy. Because how she's so in love. She's never been in love like this ever. The best love she ever had.
She went on record. She went on The Real and said that she started dating this one white guy, and she found out that the white guy treated her way more better than the other black men that she had dated.
Mm-hmm. that she has dated.
That she has dated.
I'm putting quotations on it. She has dated.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not have, but has.
Interesting.
Miss Lonnie Love.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying, she is not dating him anymore?
No, I'm saying she's basically bashing us, black men, that when we have money and power, we don't know how to treat our black women. That we cheat, do negative things all over the place just because of our pockets, our stamina, and our power brains.
Is that a color thing?
That's what she's saying.
But
That's why I took it personal.
I mean, white men do it too. They just do it differently.
Yeah.
That's all.
What's his name? Ryan?
They,
What's his
a lot
name?
of them just do it differently.
What's that big time dude?
Einstein.
Yeah, Einstein, whatever his name is. Yeah, look what he's done over for years.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. You can't say that they don't do it.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, maybe like you said, it's just that she's dated, which makes sense. That's what she's come across, and now she's met. Just happens to be a man that is a white man that is treating her better.
Right.
But that could happen even.
With a different black man. With a different black man.
You know, so, and white men cheat too.
Exactly.
So,
They sure do.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Not that I know anything personally about it, but you know.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, all right.
Don't get it twisted.
All right.
You know, I mean, look at our president.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm like,
45.
you know, so yeah, there you go, 45. Look at 45.
You get
Yeah.
45. And
It ain't like it don't happen in all races.
Right, it does. And it's all about, I don't think race actually, and like you said, race doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
It's all about, I would say more so the rearing, you know, of a person and their basis of their core of who they are.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and it's just unfortunate. Now, let me get deep for a second. Based on some of the things she has said, even in her, this is just my opinion, even in her, what she says on the show, sometimes we have to be very careful of the energy, you know, that we pull in. Because a lot of times the universe feels the vibration of who you are.
Right.
And brings that person to you. So if you're dating, Miss Lonnie, with all due respect, if you're dating a lot of black men, whether it be black, white, Asian, that are coming to you and they're giving you these experiences, take a moment to really check yourself.
Right.
And what you're putting out in the universe.
Yep.
Because, you know, whether we're the things we say, the things we think about, all has something to say with our vibrations of a person. What we put out there is what we get in return. You know, so that's just a little deepness for you. That'd be 500.
All right, and last
Hey, the lady, please.
Right.
All right,
last
we get my Monopoly money together. Okay.
No monopoly.
I ain't got none on me. I ain't got none on me.
What? None.
No.
You got
Everything's on my black card.
Oh, on the black.
On the black card.
On the black card.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Base everything on the black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Coming from the guy with the purple shirt on.
That's right.
Wearing that shirt proudly too. We don't care what you got to say. About it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in this next and last story, it kind of coincides with what we just talked about with white men.
Oh wow.
And we love our white male listeners. And our white male viewers. Shout out to Brian, by the way. What up, Brian? Megan Kelly.
Well, you know, of course, she calls out the victim, shaming the scene in Bombshell, but
The movie Bombshell.
the movie Bombshell, absolutely.
Yeah.
She says, "I do wish I had done more." So, of course, getting emotional, talking about it with Roger Hales and the sexual harassment, of course, that she has experienced on Fox News. You know, Fox is fake news, especially when considering what she could have done differently. So, of course, on this past Thursday afternoon, Megyn Kelly presents. Host dropped in the full 30 minutes. And basically, you know, she did her little 3 former Fox News colleague on her YouTube channel, Juliet, I'm about to get French, Juliet Huddy and Rudy Bakhtamar, who worked as correspondents, and Julie and her former associates, producer on Fox booking unit, watched Bombshell with Kelly and her husband.
Okay.
Douglas Brunt, of course, they had a discussion. And just going forward, understanding what the scene was and knowing that Kayla, who actually was a character, found out how she was harassed. And, of course, we want to say that it's funny, but it's not, because it took the whole Me Too movement, right? And at no point did any victim, of course, 17 to blame, and harassment. And, of course, being that Kelly is number 16, that's not the way this movement should be about. It's, actually shaking out the time. And part of me, I saw that scene and I was like, that was written by a man. So it's very interesting of how we can take certain things that we do in life and how it triggers you and triggers things within you, and understanding that this is something, and I think we talked about it on not the last show, but the show before that, and how something that's written by someone and how it can affect a person. And I think we're talking about what movie was that? And they was trying to get the white character and get her Harriet Tubman.
Oh yeah.
And it was Angelina Jolie. No.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. Excuse me, Julia Roberts. To play that role. And so, hearing this, from Kelly, has a great understanding of just how she was harassed. And when you hear about all these women and their stories, it's amazing. Like, dang. First, I want to know how they got into that position, to even be in front of the persons or the person that actually, harassed them. So
let me just say this. And by the way, the movie Bombshell, which came out in December of last year, 2019, it focuses on the 3 women that were the on-air talent over at Fox News, under the direction of the founder of Fox News, Roger Ayers. And Roger Ayers, of course, stepped down from his position over at Fox due to allegations of sexual harassment. And it became a big story, and this story became so huge that Showtime actually aired a show called The Loudest Voice, where actor Russell Crowe played Roger Ayers. Now, I didn't see the movie Bombshell yet, but I did watch the show on Showtime, and it was just crazy how this man of power at the time, I mean, he died later on, but Roger Ayers, he had so much power in his position, and it was so unfortunate that he treated this women that way when they were working for him over at Fox. So it not only made it look bad for him and embarrass the women that worked for him, but it made the news network, it put a bad name to the news network. It was like that huge that huge cloud that was above all the people that worked under this guy at that time. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's very crazy. I mean, you just never know. And again, we were talking earlier about rearing, so what made him feel like it was okay to treat women this way? Like, what happened to you? Even when we talk about 45, he's been caught up into some allegations as well. But of course, the things that he's doing now takes more precedent than what he has done to women in the past. However, if I was to peel back his layers, he has father issues, daddy issues. He has certain cases of narcissism. And I would say that he's bipolar mania too.
Yes.
Depending on which day it is. So that means that he needs to be taking some body's micrograms to stay stable. But when he doesn't, he pushes a button like sending a bomb over to Iraq.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But I just want, plug, that's just a tactic so everyone would know for him to stay in office. So, yeah, we need to make sure we vote and, get out there and do things in. So that was my little political plug. Sorry.
All right. The Hot 411 Wire with Diamond Love right here on the Beat Break Morning Show.
Yep.
Time to switch gears to Dynasty Smith's relationship DMs. It's going down in the DMs. Dynasty DMs relationships exposed. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh Lord.
Now we talked about this offline, and this is a situation that you just had to share. Let's talk
this
about
is
it.
not a Dynasty DM though. This was a personal experience.
Ooh, Lord.
But you
Okay,
could
well-
turn it to a DM.
Not well, yeah. I guess I could, because it
Could
might
be a learning
good.
moment.
It probably
A
is
learning
a
moment.
But the situation was, I think we kind of talked about saying do's and don'ts.
Yeah,
That's
because I
what
did
we
a
were
show
talking
on.
about.
Yeah, I
We
did a
talked about
show.
do's and don'ts, and that's how this kind of came about.
Right.
So, went out on, like a meetup situation. Somebody invited me out to the movies.
Mhm.
First, I said, okay, this person indicated what time they wanted to go. So I said, they said they were going to church, fine, and I had a lot of stuff to do, and I said, well, this is probably the only time I'm going to be able to go. So they're like, okay, well, do you want me to pick you up? And I said, no, we can just meet up. I'll drive my own car and meet you. Okay, fine. So anyway, he says, well, we're going to meet up. Let's meet up at the place about 2:15, 2:30. I said, okay, fine. Now, mind you, I said, I'm really busy. I have a lot going on, but I'm a stickler for being on time.
Right.
So I had stopped, did a hard stop. I'm running around because I had an event coming up, so I'm trying to get ready for that, using my Sunday to do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop now, go make my way over to, where I'm going to meet this person. Actually, we're going to the movies, and we want to grab something to eat before, and, so, okay, fine. So I pull up maybe about 2:20. So I said I'll get there in between. So as I get there, I get a text saying, already red flag.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. So, and this is first impression because, this is person, individual, brand new, asked me to hang out. Oh, you seem like a nice guy. Okay, great, fine. Anyway, so says, hey, church is ran long, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna be leaving soon, and I'm gonna get going inside, get you something, order you something to eat, order you something to drink.
No.
Okay.
Oh boy.
We already like
Red flag.
Like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Right,
I'm on my way.
right, right.
OMW.
I get the text and I'm like, okay, this ain't looking good. I'm almost about to say, cut it. So I'm like, all right, now he said 2:15, 2:30. So I'm sitting there, okay, now 2:35 rolls around, I'm getting annoyed. So I'm like, one, I go anywhere and have my own drink and get my own food, so you're not impressing me with that. What you're doing is you're spending my time, and you should have given me the option. So now I call and I say, it's 2:35. I say, okay, so how long is it going to take you? How long are you going to be? Oh, about 15 minutes.
Mm.
2:35 and 15 more minutes.
Right, and 15 more minutes. So I said,
Mm-mm.
okay. I said, well, okay. So I'm like, then he starts talking, and then he's like, I said, well, I was trying to figure out, because I had some other stuff I need to do, and I see some stores around here, and I was thinking about going to it. He's like, well, you can just go ahead and, I said, no, I can't. I said, because it's going to be longer than 15 minutes. If I go do that, then I'm gone,
Right.
So I said, no, then, now it's an accident. So now it's slowing him down even more.
This is Atlanta, so.
Well, you should
No,
anticipate
bruh.
that, right? So I
He must
said,
not be from, he must not be from Atlanta.
Yeah, and think about it is,
I've been here long enough to know. I mean, we all know that if you leave anywhere, if you're not right up the street, you're talking at least 20 to 25 minutes from where you're coming from, at minimal. At minimum, that's without traffic. So you're the one at church. So to me, either two things should have happened. Either you should have sent me a text as you seen that church was getting longer than usual, and saying, okay, let me text this woman and say, do you still want to go? This is going to be longer, so I'm going to be longer getting there. Or he could have left maybe 15 minutes earlier, because
Right.
you knew when you sent that text, if you're not in the car driving, you can't get to a certain place in that in a certain amount of time. You know that. So now I feel like, especially if you got any business about yourself, which I know he's been successful in business, so you're not valuing or respecting my time because now you're trying to spend my time for me, which is something I don't allow. Okay, you need to be courteous and say, hey, this is the situation, or I'm not going to be, what do you want to do at this point?
At this point,
now,
yep.
Let me ask you this, Dynasty. We talked about this once again offline. Did you tell him all of this?
Yes. I said, yes, that was the first conversation we had. Did I tell him about his fiasco?
Yes.
I mean, no.
And why not?
Because I didn't care enough to.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, burn.
I was not interested.
Now, how long you known this guy?
5 minutes.
5.
Wait, you met him off of Tinder? Right.
I don't do online stuff. I know. I was at an event checking out one of my musician friends, and that's where I met him. And then he said, we started having a conversation. He said, you seem like a nice person. You think I would like to get to know you? And I said, sure. And he said, will you have some time? Maybe we can go out for a drink or whatever, maybe catch a movie. And I said, oh, okay. I said, sure. I said, but I'm about to be really, really busy. I'm very busy. I said, the only time I have available is probably going to be Sunday.
Right.
And that's where it went from there.
Yeah. Well, see, the reason why, and the reason why I asked you offline, if you had that conversation with him, I just felt like at that time, because I understand where you're coming from, but it's just some guys out there that just do not know any better, and that need to be
when
educated.
they get to a certain age, it's not my job to educate you.
Right.
However, you can tune in to the Beat Break Morning Show
and learn from there. Right.
You can learn some things.
Absolutely.
Or you can listen to Sharia. When y'all talked about relationship dudes. Here's my thing. Certain things are just common courtesy.
Right.
And you should have already. We just do that. Did I not send you a text and say I'm on my way?
Right.
I didn't see
It's
the
common
text.
courtesy.
Well, you responded.
No.
You did respond.
No.
You said okay. Somebody said okay. But the bottom line is you got communication, did you not? From me.
Right.
Which says I'm on my way.
When our producer said she's on her way, I just said okay.
There you go.
But did you get a response? That's why
I got the response.
You got the response.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you get the response?
It came. Somebody said okay.
Somebody said.
Okay, so it must have been our producer then.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right.
But bottom line is it's communicated. Okay?
Communication.
But it's just a common courtesy because if I see that, oh my gosh, I'm running late, I don't care if I'm meeting my girlfriend, a business associate, or whatever, I'm going to say, hey, listen, I'm running behind. This looks like it's going to be longer. I'm not even in the car yet. Are you okay with still doing this today, or do you want to reschedule or do it another time? Because I'm not going to get there until about blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So that's what you do, not just assume, that my time now, you just basically saying, what I got to do. Because I could have gotten some more things done that I needed to get done.
Or how about reschedule?
There you go. I mean, I deserve that
Reschedule.
option. That's just
But
common
you know what I
courtesy.
think he was? Because he was like, I thought you might be impressed. Like, well, he's leaving church. So he's
Right.
So that's why I was thinking
Well,
he was
I'm
thinking
going to tell
on.
you what I took, and also taking that thing of, sometimes to the point of talking about, in this particular case, when people make money, I make great money too. And I treat me good. Okay? So as far as you being able to say, oh, go on in, order you something, I'm on my way,
That's not that's not impressive.
Yeah, ain't impressing me. I'm like, really, dude? So some women might be like, oh, he told me to go, order what I want. And,
Right.
Put it on the tab.
Right. Women who had never had nothing before, basically.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that ain't what you really do. We not doing that. So, I'm talking to my girlfriend on the phone, and I'm like, I said, I'm going to go ahead and get me a drink because I'm getting annoyed and I'm here now. So I'm going to have my martini, right? So I sit there, have my drink. He comes strolling at 3:05.
Ooh.
Practically an hour late.
3:05.
I would have canceled at 2:35 just to let it be known.
But who took care of the check?
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
You did, but do it matter?
Yes.
Because
just
No,
said
why does it
something about
matter?
your character.
Right, a whole hour.
Yeah.
I know
So,
why he said that. I know why he
With
said it.
him, no.
If
No.
I would have took care of the check, I wouldn't have been there. Okay, trust me. I wouldn't have even been there. I would have been somewhere else.
Why do you say why I asked that question?
Because reason why I say I know the reason why you wanted to say that. Since you waited all that time and you had your martini and everything, and then you had whatever else to eat or drink and whatnot, like hey, if I'm gonna spend all this time right here wasted, I ain't paying for nothing.
At least I'm getting a free meal out of it. At least I'm getting a free meal out of it.
Oh, most definitely. Oh,
That's why I asked who took care of the check. Because if it was a
absolutely,
situation, he did.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yes.
Now,
most
see, in this
definitely.
particular situation, if he's going to take care of it, I'm just seeing it from a different lens. If he's going to take care of it, okay, cool. I mean,
that different lens look.
I'm like,
if he's going to take,
Look, I'm looking for my cup so I can sip because I was just like, Lord.
and what lens might that be, sir?
I mean, I'm just looking
Use
at
your
it.
glasses.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, took care of it. If he took care of it, like, okay, cool. I feel like I'm still going to have that conversation with him just to let him know, like, if I was in the woman's position, I'm still gonna have that conversation with the guy and say, hey, listen here. Just for future reference, or if you ever go on a date with another woman, because it sounds to me like he's gonna. I'm just saying what I would do. I'm just saying that what I would do if I was in the woman's position.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna say, hey, look, because I don't want the same woman to happen. I don't want the same woman to have this happen. You know what I mean?
You mean the same situation to happen to ananother woman?
Right.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
You said it wrong, but yes.
I got what you. I'm trying to help you out.
I don't want the same situation to happen to
You
another
may
woman.
not, but why is that my concern?
Right. She's not. None of her concern.
It's not my concern.
It's like, would you help another woman? Would you help another man?
Mhm.
Like, for example,
Okay.
if you're dating someone or you're going out with a woman, of course, she does the same thing. She's late showing up.
Sure.
And you have this perspective of what is it about being a woman that I need to help you with, because men don't like this. So why would you help brother man
Brother man, okay.
to be a better, for her to be a better person for brother man? She need to know how to be a better person for you if that's what you're going to do.
Right.
So I'm a communicator.
Exactly.
So it could be a situation where I may give this person some advice, because I've had insight and advice from other people too, as far as how I could be a better person when it comes to relationships, when it comes to dating. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I didn't get the great advice and the great information from people when they caught me slipping, or when I did something wrong on a date that I wasn't supposed to do, I would still be out here treating women badly.
What? You?
But
Okay, on that note,
Not
but
Sean.
I agree with him, because how are you supposed to learn?
I'm not here.
What?
How are you supposed
We're
to
not-
learn if we...
It's my
Every
job to
so
I
here's
ain't
the
saying it's your job.
It's not your job.
I'm not saying it's your
It's
job.
not your job.
Can we
It's-
discuss?
But
discuss it?
also there were other things that occurred, that really just didn't. See, my thing is this: first impressions, and people always tell you this. First impressions are very important, because if I gotta tell you now, I feel like I'm gonna keep having to test.
It's another conversation.
Now I gotta
It doesn't
keep on
stop there.
telling you. Now, why in the world am I doing this?
Right.
I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do it, because first of all, he showed some things that show me he's self-absorbed, and selfish. So, and it's all about you, because you think you got a couple dollars and you drive a nice car and you dress nice, okay, that now, it's all about me. Okay, well, you go with that. But when you be with somebody, it can't be all about you. And if you have an interest in somebody, it can't be all about you. You have to be able to come outside of your little bubble that you in and know that you need to show this person that you have a level of interest in them, and you respect them. And you are courteous to them. And to me, the basics, I shouldn't have to teach you 101. If I got to teach you that, I'm not going to waste my time. So, you need to know that. Common sense, common courtesies should not be something that I have to teach you.
Right. These are things you learn in kindergarten.
Thank you.
You know, the 10 principles. Look it up. Right. What? No. So wait a minute. So you're saying you never been to kindergarten?
I've been to
We've all been to kindergarten.
But I ain't never learned how to date in kindergarten.
But hold
I had to
on,
go
okay.
through trials
So-
to understand how to date.
Okay.
Date a little bit while you're in high school.
Okay, I tell you what. Let me help you out real quick. What's one of the things you learned when you were in kindergarten?
Oh, my ABCs.
Your ABCs.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's 10 principles that you learned when you were in kindergarten, right?
Right.
One of the principles a person would learn is what? Keep your hands where?
To yourself.
So,
What? So
what?
if you learned that in kindergarten,
Did you go there? Did you really go there?
no. Listen, you learned that in kindergarten. So what do? You keep your hands to yourself. So when you deal with a man in a relationship that's doing what? Abusing a woman, or vice versa. You know what I mean? That's something that you probably hadn't read, you hadn't gotten. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, Diamond, but we're talking about time here. See, in kindergarten, we weren't taught about how important time is. In Dynasty's
Yes, you
case-
did.
No, we didn't.
So okay, so hold on. Let me help you out.
Class on time.
Wait a minute. Let me help you something. Let me help you out real quick.
Okay, what you gotta say?
Yeah, yes, I'm snatching air over here. So listen, let me ask you a question. So when you went to the bathroom,
Okay.
your teacher gave you what?
5 minutes.
How do you know that?
Because she told us.
She told you, or were you passed out a card that said 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So right then and there, you learned about what? Time.
No, see, that's different.
How is it different?
We didn't learn about time.
You learned what? Okay, so what? So let me help you out.
Okay.
No, go ahead. I want to hear you. I want to hear you.
Okay, so when you're a kid, you got to understand something. When you're a kid, you don't think like a teenager.
No.
You don't think like an adult. When you're a kid and somebody just tell you got 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, that don't mean that you ain't gonna show up to class on time, because guess what? A lot of my classmates didn't go to class on time.
And where are they today?
We were just taught that, okay, you go to the bathroom and okay, you got 5 minutes. Like,
Where-
okay, whatever.
Where are they today?
No, that's what I'm saying. When you get to a certain age, your mindset changes to where as you get older and older and older, you start to go back in time. You go back in time and you think, okay.
So that sounds biblical. You raise a child. Let me just say, you raise a child in ways that they have to go. So when they stray away.
That's right.
So when you sit up here,
Basics.
back to the basics. So when you went to kindergarten, high school, middle school, whichever school, you understood that whether you abused it or not, or you took advantage or you actually learned from it, you knew that you had a time frame, right? Mm-hmm. Did you not? Okay. So you had a time frame. Okay. So when you disobeyed that time frame, whether you were a minute late, 6 minutes late, 10 minutes late, were you given any type of reprimand? Were you given any type of talking to? Now we're not talking. Okay, so every school is different. Okay. So every school is different.
This is why.
How many?
This is called enablement.
How many in here broke a curfew?
This is called.
I know I did.
How many?
This is.
My son got his behind whipped when he broke his.
This is right.
So there was repercussions to that.
Absolutely.
But when you're a teenager, you do not care.
Are we talking about a teenager?
So hold on. So when you were a teenager, the things that you were supposed to learn, right? And you didn't learn, you did whatever you wanted to do. However, when you became a grown man, you remember, or a grown woman, but in reference to what you're saying, in this aspect, we're speaking of a man who was an hour late to a date, right? When you're a grown man, now you understand the things that you need to do,
Thank
right? You remember
Thank you.
being on time because
Thank
one, i.e.,
made
school
church
taught you to be on time,
Uh-huh.
church teach you to be on time,
Made
work
business
teach you to be
meeting
on time, your car teach you to be on time, the light teaches you to be on. You got to stop at the light. And you got to be there, and if you don't turn or go when the light turn green,
Guess what?
because that means go, then you get what? A hunk behind you. So everything has a reason
Right.
as to help you
Well,
understand.
what
But
I'm
what we're not going to do is enable the man.
No, there you go.
And he was an hour late.
But you are making valid points. But what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is that as human beings, people are gonna do whatever they want to do,
There you go.
unless they have that point hit upside their
No,
head
stop,
so many
stop right
times.
there.
Now,
No.
let me tell you. Let me give you an example. I have a
People
family
do
member.
what they want to do.
Right.
If he wanted to communicate,
Be there on time.
and be there on time, he could have.
So I
Like leaving church
people
early.
do-
Let
Thank
me tell
you.
you.
What
Let
they
me tell
just
you.
like, did I not stop what I was doing
To be there on time.
on time.
So he didn't care.
Exactly.
So that says he didn't
So
care
he
about
didn't
being
care
on
enough
time.
About my time
Let me make a
and being
point.
Right.
there on time.
Let me make a point because I'm feeling like Frank Ski right now.
Right.
So let me say something. Let me say, I have a family member, right? I have a family member who has a audacity to keep oversleeping, and she has to be at work at a certain time. She has to go to work at time. I have to keep telling her, hey, listen, if you want to get to work on time, you have to get up early to be at work. I have to keep telling her that over and over and over again until she got hit upside the head with my points to where she started waking up on time. Now, going back to your point, going back to your assessment, you learn all this in kindergarten, in grade school, in high school.
Life principles.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when you get to that adult age and you keep doing the same thing, it takes certain people, it takes strong-minded people like a Dynasty or like a Diamond or like myself or Roland to have to tell you, hey, listen, this ain't a game out here. You need to be on time because time is very precious. My time is very valuable. Your time should be very valuable. I got stuff to do. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you another time. I'm just saying we don't even have to go out on a second date. I'm just letting you know now that, hey, time is precious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, time is precious. You might do this to another person. You're not going to do it to me. But you need to know moving forward, if you do go out and you date another person, don't waste her time by being late. Make sure that you're on time.
And then you basically telling, by her could have said that to the gentleman as a teachable moment not to repeat the same thing. That's why I think you're saying that to for Dynasty to say.
I don't think that's necessary because I just feel like at this particular point, for one, I don't have enough interest in this individual to offer that. And I feel like at this age that you
Keep it real.
gone through life, you know what I'm saying? I don't. And then you go through life, and I'm sure this is not the first time that he been late for something or didn't show, whatever the case may be, and it had a negative effect. I don't believe that. So now here you are, you're at this stage in your life, and you're late, and then some other things that have shown me that this is who you are. Then I'm not interested enough to even, like I said, I'm interested enough to send him a text and say, tune into the Beat Break Morning.
Okay, all right. With that being
Exactly.
said, how in these type of situations when I would say men and women go through this time thing of not being somewhere on time. When is it a teachable moment that someone needs to learn and understand what to do and not repeat it again? When is that time to do that?
So
on the beat breaker.
Because y'all said good valid points and whatnot. So but the point is,
I
it's still
just
going
can't
back.
see how adults, you get to a certain age, you know, it's one thing if you're young and dumb. I just said this to somebody. Sometimes the excuse is we young and dumb. But when you get old and stupid, come on now, stop it.
So what do you think is a good age that they should know better? What's a good age then?
I think as you get into your young adult, at least between 25 and 30, because as Diamond makes a valid point, you are learning these different courtesies and life lessons as you're growing up. People are teaching you that you have to be on time for this, and you have to be here for that, and you have to respect people, and you have to do this. All of this is taught to us when we start understanding the English language, and we are growing up. And this is being taught to you once you start going to school. You got to be at school on a certain time. And mommy's supposed to pick you up at a certain time. You go to daycare. Mommy's supposed to be here. And if mommy don't pay the daycare, mommy going to pay some more money. So it's like, it's this stuff you're learning as you're growing. So to me, to get to a certain age and you don't even have the courtesy enough to say, hey, listen, this ran longer. Do you have something else you want to do, or do you want to reschedule? And this is somebody who has been successful in business. So I'm sure he did not get where he is in business not being on time and not being courteous of others. But people do this a lot when you get into personal stuff. And you start thinking, okay, well, I can just tell her to do this and do that. When you're not, first of all, you're supposed to be trying to get to know me. And I already explained to you how busy I am. I already told you that. So now you should have known right then and there, especially when I have said how busy I am, and I was willing to give you my time, okay? You should have had enough respect to send me some type of text message or leave church early.
Right. That's
Praise
a
the Lord all the way till you see you.
Praise the Lord. You
All the way
won't get
seeing
your
you.
spiritual vitamin, but you won't be getting a date with Dynasty.
I feel like
listen.
Dynasty is talking to the guy right now.
You're right. That's passion.
Exactly.
That's passion. That
Because
base.
time you cannot get back.
Absolutely, you
Once
can't.
it's spent, it's gone. And nobody spends my money for me or my time, period. And if you don't respect that, guess what? Keep it stepping. Keep it moving.
You
I
heard
don't
it
got
here.
time for you.
Okay.
So,
You heard it here.
there it is.
You got any? You got any?
I'll just say something else. I met a business. No, I ain't even talking about. I'm on a positive note.
All right.
I told this person. I said, I really appreciate your politeness because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people aren't polite anymore.
Got that right.
And I met this individual as a business, contact at an event. And it was Christmas party, a lot of Christmas parties and companies doing Christmas parties. So we talked about doing some business together, had maybe a 60-second conversation. And I called him like 2 days after doing my follow-up because I got business cards and all. And I called up and I said, hey, this is such and such. And he answered the phone and he said, hey, listen, he's like, I never called. He said, I do want to talk to you. Can I call you back? I said, sure. So later on, I hadn't heard from him. So then he did try to call me back, but he actually sent a text message that, listen, my apologies. I really meant to call you back immediately after, but my day ran long and blah, blah, blah. So there was a couple of other things there, but I just thought that was so polite of him because he really didn't have to. We hadn't even built any rapport or anything. He could have just said, because he did say, I'll call you back, later.
Because he got wrapped up into
Right,
that. Yeah.
and he got wrapped up and he said, my apologies, and that was the first thing he said. And I said, wow, there was a couple other things that I said to him that later on I saw that. I said, you're very polite. And I said, I really appreciate your politeness. And he said, oh, well, and then one day he said, you're really appreciative of things like that. And I said, yeah, because unfortunately, it's not something that is common anymore. Just being polite. And I even try to do more of that now. Even in my communication, sometimes I might go right into, because I'm trying to hurry up and get it out. And then I'll go back and I'll say, oh, good morning. Just a greeting. Because sometimes we get so caught up that we forget to, throw a greeting out there or just some type of nicety.
Right.
And it's just, a lot of people are not doing that anymore. Just taking the time to acknowledge or just let that person know or just to be polite.
Right.
And I just think that's my little,
Your 2 cents. Yeah,
That's a
that's a positive.
I love that positivity. I love that positivity switch.
See?
Because
Right.
Throw cell phones and a cup.
I tell you, listen, okay?
You blocked him, didn't you?
Time is, no, I ain't got to block him. I just ignore you.
Oh.
Yeah, you got time for all that. Blocking and stuff. Like, that's immature.
Yeah, I don't gotta do that. It's just, it is what it is.
All right.
Yep.
Listen to the beat break. That's all. Be fine.
Dynasty DMs, Relationship Exposed, right here on the Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break Podcast. I gotta talk to my producer. Are they here? Not yet. Okay, we can keep going.
Let's keep rolling.
Keep rolling. All right. So switching gears. Dynasty, Diamond, Sean Garvey, DJ Rollin, the Beat Break Morning Show. Diamond Love.
That's right.
On social media.
Oh Lord, yes, Jesus.
And she talked about the matter pertaining to rapper Lil Bootsy. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Diamond Love expound on it. Actually, I got the article here. Well, he goes by Bootsy Badass.
Yep.
I mean, I
Bootsy.
sometimes call him Bootsy Badass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say Miss Bootsy, but yeah.
Miss Bootsy.
Well, hey, listen.
Well, I mean, that's why he was doing the song Miss Independent, IND.
So, I will just go ahead and expound on the experience. I would say it has been a true experience. So you have Bootsy Badass. He decided to wear a T-shirt that had the letters of a fraternal organization. And of course, let me put this disclaimer out here. Of course, my opinion is not incumbent upon or has anything or not the views or the opinions of any fraternal sorority or affiliation. I need to put that out there first before I say what I have to say. So he decided to wear a T-shirt that had a membership of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And of course, they went off, But what was so interesting to me was that the comments that I received or that I saw underneath the feed, I decided, let me go in here and just let me say, again, these are principles that you learn in kindergarten. You don't touch anything that's not yours, right? So he decided to go ahead and put on this shirt, and I said, this is why you don't wear anything that you don't know anything about. You can't answer any questions about those letters that you're wearing. You don't know the meaning of it, none of it. So how and why would you put
the history
behind it, the people that work hard for it? I mean, it's deep. It's deeper than just letters.
Some letters and some colors.
Absolutely. And so some of the conversations or some of the comments underneath his picture when I stated that, again, this is my opinion, and there was a lot of comments and people, had an opportunity to say what they wanted to say. And of course, in his video or whatever, he wanted to give a shout out to the Kappas, and he did apologize. I'll say that he did apologize. However, it doesn't take away from the offense that did take place. You know what I mean? And like I said, some of the comments that was happening was like, well, why would you have the shirt at a store where it can be bought? Or why would you have be upset about this? It's just a shirt. Or just a lot of ignorant comments. And then I started to realize we as a people are just ignorant.
I always say ignorance is bliss.
So I'm just like, how is it that you can do all of this and be okay with it and understand that this is something that you know what I mean? This is not something that you would do. This is not something you can sit here and say, oh, okay, let me go ahead and, put this shirt on, because I want to be a part of it, or I don't want to be a part of it, but I'm wearing it. Right. So again, the comments and the conversations and people, and I said, well, why don't you put on a sheet over your head? Since it's in the store, you can go to the store, you can buy a sheet. So would you put that on your head because do you know the meaning behind it? Do you have an understanding behind it? And the answer is no. You wouldn't put that. So I said, okay, so would you go to buy a police uniform and say that you're a police? That's right. Why would a black person put on a uniform? Well, exactly. But that's not to say, why would somebody who's not in a fraternal organization wear something? This is common sense. Right. And so I was like, why it should be made exclusive? It is exclusive to the members. There's a disclaimer that says, listen, you don't buy this and not in this word or verbiage, but you don't buy this unless you're a member or you know someone who is a member.
Correct. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's correct.
So I'm like, so, you know, they was like, well, you know, so you're just gonna, you know, you buy this and you're on it and, you know, you're just gonna, they get hazed anyway. I'm like, what? How do you know that?
Wow.
Have you ever signed up for anything? So then I had to go in and I would say to some and, you know, love them to death or whatever. But my issue is that if you don't know, then don't speak on it. Mm-hmm. And you can't say that you know anything about it unless you have actually joined the organization or tried to, or whatever the case may be. I've even had some that say, well, how would you know? Are you a member? Are you a Greek? I'm not going to tell you that because that's none of your business, first of all. But at the same time, I wouldn't be expounding, even if I didn't or I was not a member of something. I'm not a member of Kappa, but I also know that you're not going to get on here and talk about or be disrespectful. It could be Delta. It could be any organization you do this. And I still would feel some kind of way about it because here you are being disrespectful to an organization.
Right.
And I just think that it's wrong and it's horrible that you have to do that. And we just lack ignorance. I mean, just some of the comments. Like men who wear, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but men who wear their pants sagging.
Where did it come from?
If you understood, and this is no pun against my, you know, cool, straight up trying to be, but straight up, if you understood the understanding of why a pants is sagging and the reasons behind it, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't need, as a grown man, I don't need to know that your Fruit of the Looms is gray.
Right, I sure don't.
I don't need to know that it's red. I don't need to know that it's any other color. I don't need to see it.
Yeah, no. Don't,
You see what I'm saying?
That's called underwear.
It's exactly. And so we do a lot. So I've started to realize we do a lot of things that's uneducated, like we're not educated about. You know, I even asked the question, why don't you go to a maternity dress place store that's exclusive for someone who's pregnant and buy a blouse or a dress and wear that and see if someone says anything to you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
These are common sense.
I have to say something on this.
Go ahead.
With the common sense and educated.
Okay.
Some folks think that when you're educated, automatically think that we should have a degree. And
No, that's not true.
That's what they think.
That's
what
not
they
true.
think. And
Right.
I know it's not true. Being educated is being exposed to the right things. They might be educated to the wrong things. That's why they keep doing wrong things. I'm not saying every person like Lil Bootsy doing something like that, but when you're not educated, just because you came to a status of your career, you still need to be educated on other things besides of what you already have accomplished and are getting better at. And that's the thing that's lacking in a lot of in the entertainment, because they don't do that. To me, you gotta understand it's like the show Good Times. They always saying how James says that if we ever get out, we're not gonna forget about the people that were still left behind here, so they can at least try to get out and have the ability to get out. And they don't discuss that a lot, and that's why people like Lil Bootsy doing stuff like that affects an organization like you have mentioned. And I can't think of anybody else doing anything remotely close, but there's a lot of ignorance going on, and just because you have that money, thinking it's okay to do something, that it doesn't make it right. And
Absolutely.
And it's so sad it's like that. And it's like that in our color industry. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in any other color industry, but it definitely happens to us because we look at them because of their type of entertainment and their status. Right.
But, you know, again, him understanding his 10 principles of the things that you don't do while you learn these principles in kindergarten.
Right.
Your life and what you live, if you take those principles and you kind of apply it to what you should and shouldn't do as an adult, you may find yourself, you know, living a better life in some aspects. Keeping your hands to yourself. Don't touch something that's not yours. Being able to be quiet, you know. And so Bootsy first of all, he was very cocky in one video saying, I can wear what I want to wear, you know. But then you come back and you apologize, you know. And so I'm happy that the apology did happen. But this goes for any organization, you know. no, you don't have to be a part. If you don't know, okay, that's fine. But if you know better, you do better. So that's not an opportunity for you to challenge somebody who was trying to tell you better just to pick an argument. Because some of these people, I was like, so you just getting on my post because what now? You just want to say something because, you know, you just want to say something because what you're saying really doesn't make any sense. The bottom line is you don't wear something that you're not a part of. And just because it's in a store, understand what it is that you're buying.
Right.
You know, just like people didn't want to, I'm not going to say which name because I don't want to give advertisement, but it was a certain, shirt that people, you know, whether it was Ralph or whether it was another one, you know, nobody wanted to buy it at first because he said what he said about black people.
Yep. Yep.
So you want to give homage to that, and there's still people who still wear it.
Yep.
But at the same time, I'm not going to buy it because what he said. But at the same time, you're okay with calling people B's and calling ends with ends and, you know, got your pants sagging and got your holes in your ear and nails out to here and, you know, y'all got the balloon butts and all these things that we are doing as a people. And you talking about us not being oppressed by the white man. No, we're oppressing ourselves by doing these things and lack thereof. So that's my little spin. And I hope everyone hears it who is not a member of the organization. I may be mad. Got my hair sweating and everything.
All right. All right. It's the Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break Podcast. All right. Thank you, Diamond Love.
That's right.
For that assessment.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
All right. Where can people follow you?
Diamond One, Miss Diamond One Love on Instagram. And of course, Miss actress Michelle S. Livingston on Facebook.
All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Beat Break Morning Show, the Beat Break Podcast. Stay tuned. We got the Morning Mix coming up. And
Morning
we also
Mix.
got a throwback segment from the Beat Break radio show, the Beat Break Morning Show back in the day. You all keep it locked. Sean Garvey.
DJ Roland.
Dynasty Smith.
And Miss Diamond Love.
And I am going to go back and watch the recent episode of Power because you know what I decided to nickname
Oh my God.
Dre? What? Mr. 4th of July.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all keep it locked.
Keep it locked. Keep it locked.
It's the Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey and the crew.